camera or the iPad on the stand. So this, if you could bear with me, that'd be great. So today I have chosen a recipe from the vegetarian meal plans that I sell. So today we are making sweet potato pancakes. So I'll come along to the camera and show you what we are cooking. I'm just gonna show you what I do from my meal recipe. This one here is the plant-based recipes. And we are cooking, there we go, sweet potato pancakes. So it's an easy one to do. Mark on there. Okay, it's an easy one to do and relative easy. I've prepared already, and that's the instructions that we're going to do. So once again, sweet potato pancakes. Okay, let's get started. So first of all, what I need you to do, all you need is a fry pan for this cook-off, and I need you to put, let's turn it on. Make sure I have the right hot plate on. And instructions for this one here, we need at least 3 teaspoons. Have a look. Yes, so two tablespoons of coconut oil. So I'm just using, I don't use the oil, I use the actual paste. And let that dissolve. Okay. Just want to make sure that you can see me today because I don't have Loretta here, so hopefully you can get some light coming through. So we need to at least have that on for a few minutes until we heat up the oil. And then what we'll do is we'll probably reduce it, and then we can start to mix what we mix. So you need to start to grate your sweet potato. Okay, here I am. So first of all, let that heat up until it's nice and warm. We need 2 cups of sweet potato. So you have your normal orange, like your sweet potato. I couldn't find any orange, so I've gone for red. Yes, I know, red sweet potato. So either way, any sweet potato is fine. So I already have grated the sweet potato into a larger bowl. So I've probably put on, I do suggest 2 cups, which is about 300 grams. I've probably put about 400 to 500 grams, but just to give it a nice, because these sweet potato pancakes, they're good as a main, or they're good for a side, or you can cook extra, which I'm doing, and take it to work as a healthy snack as well. So whenever you have the opportunity to cook extra and have leftovers, well, that's part of your meal prep. So you are organized for the next day and you're not searching for food. And when we're not prepared or organized, we tend to make the wrong decisions because we're tired, we're in a rush, we're frustrated, so we grab whatever food. So this is a great opportunity to make extra today. So sweet potato mix. I'm going to turn this off for a momentarily. So sweet potato mix already in there. Then we need half to 1 cup of grated onion. So I'm using sweet Spanish onion. half of it is grated and half of it I've just cut up because I want some texture in my pancakes. So once we have added the onion, the Spanish onion to the sweet potato, we then need to add some crushed garlic. So in this recipe, I've said 1 clove of crushed garlic. Can you imagine me using 1 clove? So I've opted for at least 3 or 4 cloves of garlic. Let's mix that in there as well. Okay. Then once we've done that, we need to add your 1 egg or 2 eggs. So once again, because I'm doing extra, I've opted for all 3 eggs in my one altogether. So just crack the egg inside. Two, and I've gone for 3. So you don't need to whisk the eggs beforehand. You can just throw it straight into the bowl with the sweet potato, the onion, the garlic, the 3 eggs. We need to add, and I didn't know this, but I need to add some buckwheat flour. So this is vegan friendly. I'll come around and show you. So there we go, buckwheat flour. And for those who are watching this in Australia, I have actually bought this from Coles. So you can buy it from anywhere these days. So that's your buckwheat flour. And so far, what I've done is I've just added all of that into that one bowl. So we need to add 3 heaps, or 3 tablespoons. So let's have a look. 3 tablespoons, which is about 20 grams. 20 mils is 1 tablespoon. So let's add 1, 2, 3, and I'm add a little bit extra because I'm cooking a little bit extra, but just as you whisk it, you can see whether or not if it's dry or if it needs more textures. Then we're going to add some salt and pepper. Okay, that's done. Salt and pepper added. So you can see that everything is in the bowl. Okay, so I'm just going to head around and mix that. So recapping, your sweet potato, 2 cups, half a small onion grated, 1 clove of garlic, 2 eggs, 3 tablespoons of buckwheat flour, the 2 tablespoons of coconut oil is already into the pan, and once we have added the salt and pepper, the last ingredient on this one here is half a teaspoon of sweet paprika. So I'm going to add 2 of these, 1 and 2. All the ingredients I purchased today was all purchased from the local supermarket, so there was no need for me to go to anywhere other than any specialty shops. So I'm going to mix all of this together, really make sure it's all mixed in. Okay. Hope everyone's having a great day. This is it's quite nice. It's the first time I've actually cooked this, so I haven't cooked this one before, but it's quite easy to do because you put everything into a bowl and just make sure that it's well mixed in, because you don't want to have the bottom part sitting there. So let's mix it all in. Okay, let's turn the fry pan back on again. If you want to add some garlic to it. Not garlic, sorry, chilies. I better not add chilies because the redder she doesn't like chili. So you can always add chili afterwards as a dressing. Okay, I'm still going to mix all that in. Quite a nice texture, so it's not runny, it's not dry, it's just right. I'll come around to the camera and show you so you can see as well. Oops, you can see there. That's the paprika, so you can see that it's not runny, it sticks, which is great because you want that when you put it into the fry pan, so it's all through there. There you go. There's my mix of the sweet potato pancakes. Okay. So let's make sure that's nice and warm. Put to one side. Put to one side. Salt and pepper. Now the way you put this into the fry pan, you can use a spoon. It's quite easy this way. I'm going to use another spoon. And there's a really good diagram on the front part. So it doesn't have to be anything special, just into a nice heap and it's even. Okay. That can go there. That's heated up, and I'm just going to use just a normal spoon like so, as you can see. Make sure it's nice and warm. Ooh. There's something about coconut oil, it's quite nice. So as you can see, what I do is, I just pick up that and I just throw it. No, I don't throw it, and then whilst in the pan, I just spread it out so it does look like a pancake. Once again, if you don't want it too thick because then it takes longer to cook. So today what we're going to do is we're going to put all these into one plate and just try and put not too many, but as many as you can put into your, see, as you can see, and I just, what's that for the oil, or for the, okay, so make sure it's even. I've got 1, 2, 3, and I'll be able, 4, I'll be able to put a 5th in there as well. And just, it doesn't have to be round, as long as it's flattened a little bit. And just watch your temperature as well. Now, what do we have here? I want to find a nice plate. Yes, I know, I'm fussy. Okay, so I'm just going to have a look from underneath and then flip it. We don't want to burn it. Lower the temperature a bit, because coconut oil tends to go pretty high in temperature. And then just flip. Ooh. And that way, what you're really looking for is a golden brown finish. And you can flip it, and watch out for the oil. Flip it in here. I hope you are really enjoying these cooking shows. I love doing them because I've made it a habit to use the meal plans I've put together. Got hundreds and hundreds of recipes, so I'm able to try the recipes out. And this is my first time I've actually cooked this particular recipe, but it looks really, really yum. Okay, so let that happen. Who's that? Love chili. Yo, I'm with you, Leanne. So what I tend to do is I tend to add the chili afterwards. It's like when I do my stir fries or whatever I do, I add chili. And chili is great because it really helps our metabolism. And I've got this little chili thing. And I put it inside and it crushes the chili. So there's lots of ways. Okay, now keeping an eye on the prize. Let's have a look, see what's happening. Oops. Okay, they're almost done. I'm able to do 5 at one given time. And because the actual sweet potato is grated, it'll cook really quick as well. It's great taste as well. Okay, so I'm going to, what you can do before you put it into the actual, because you're cooking into coconut oil, bit of paper towel, and just, whoops, and just sit it on top. Drain. Whoops. Sit on top. Drain. Sorry I can't see the messages. Hopefully Facebook one day will be able to have the voice come through. Okay. So I'm going to let those drain there. And I'm going to add some more. Increase the heat once again. As you can see, all I do is like so. Actually, let's use the other side of the actual spoon. Like so. Down and flat. Like so. Down. Flatten. And I'll go around the edge in. Like I said, when you have time, you can make as many as you want. Perfect. So I'm able to make 10. So if you have a larger family or you're just yourself at home, just adjust according to how many people. But like I said, that's all cooking nicely. Okay, I don't need that. Don't need any more oil. Like I said, I actually use the paste. I need that. Don't 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 need that. Okay. They're looking great. So once again, make sure they are flattened a bit. That way they look a bigger portion. And when you flip it, just flip it away from you. And just remember what direction you went. Perfect. Okay. All the flipping is done. Any questions? Leanne, that's awesome. Never seen one of those. Yamo. Yeah, so thank you. Yeah, this one was the chili one. See, and then you just squeeze it, add the chili inside, and then yeah, it's pretty cool. And that's the red potato, red sweet potato. Okay, it's good to try new foods. Okay, I'm going to turn it off now because they're well and truly done. Okay, let's put onto the paper towel. Now that the pancakes are done, see how quick it is? It's great. So buckwheat, and that we don't need. So I'm just clearing the deck so I can show you the next stage. So let the pancakes cool down slightly. And then we can go on to the next stage. So paprika I don't need, salt and pepper I don't need. If you have a well organized kitchen, you're halfway there. Actually more than halfway there. Okay. So our next stage is that we want to be able to dress the actual pancakes. So I'm just going to get out my cutting board and put this to one side. Make sure you have clean hands, as always. We've been drummed in our heads about that, but we were taught that a long time ago. Okay, any excess water, just make sure you remove. And I want to show you how that turned out so far. Look at that. Good question. What do you normally serve it with? Well, it depends. You can put it as a side salad, but I have a little trick for you. So what we're going to do is, to make it nice, plate. Okay? We're going to grab 1, 2, actually before we grab them, come back, we're going to put some rocket. So we just put a bed of rocket instead. So a bed of rocket. And this is where you can use your imagination of how you want to do it. Okay. So bed of rocket. Now let's put 1, 2, and 3. Okay, to one side. 1, 2, and 3. I love hummus because hummus is full of protein. So I've gone for this brand. Let's grab a spoon and put the hummus on top of the pancake. Just like you'll put cream on a normal pancake. We're going to throw hummus on top. So once again, this is a vegetarian dish. Whoops. hummus on top. And then on top of the pancakes, so you got a bit of rocket, your pancakes on top, you've got your hummus sitting on top as well. And then I'm going to, where's my tea towel? Put some cherry tomatoes on top. One's just escaped, so it's lucky. Make sure, so this is a very nicely sweetened dish. And once I've done it, I will show you what I've done. And if you do have any favourite herbs, you can throw on top, but it is quite nice. Whoops. I was about to lick my finger then. Okay, some pepper. Some salt. And there we have it. I will show you how it all looks. Actually, what I'll do is yes, hummus. Okay, so how do I reverse this? Whoops. There we go. So you can see that it's on a bit of rocket. And that's 3 sweet potato pancakes and bit of rocket. I've got this stand, sorry. There we go. So you can see here how the pancakes have come out. Now, does that look amazing, Leanne? If you want to, yeah, by all means, you can drizzle a bit of olive oil. That's not going to really hurt. So I have some different flavors. This one here has got rosemary, garlic, and yeah, rosemary and garlic. You can see that rosemary is inside. And the one I would use is the chili olive oil. And these are made by Willow Vale Gourmet Foods. And the chilies are inside. So these are amazing. They're really nice. So what you can do is just give this a shake. And just in between, like my presentation, ladies, you can just put it on top like that. Yum! Oh, whoa! How's that? Sweet potato pancakes. Now, who said you can't have sweet potato? Sorry, who said you can't have pancakes for dinner? Thanks, Jill. So that's done. All done. So we were able to, out of that particular batch, I made 10. So all I did was I increased. Thank you. Thanks, Leanne. I increased from 300 to 400 grams in the sweet potato, and I put 1 extra egg. another teaspoon of the buckwheat, just to make that bit of extra. So, like I said, this one here, I print them out, is in my plant-based, which is the best value actually. In the plant-based, this particular one's got, it's a biggie, 58 recipes on this one here. So if we go back to how it's supposed to look like, let's have a quick look, and then I'll love you and leave you all. On the page for you, and you can let me know whether or not if it looks very close to what it's supposed to look like. See what they've done is they've actually put the letters, the rocket on top, where I've just opted for the rocket on the bottom part of the plate, just to make it yeah, smoothies are great also. There's lots of smoothies in this one. They tend to be towards the end. You've got lots of smoothies in these. And all the packs I sell, the protein, peanut butter, jelly smoothie, strawberry protein, chia, pudding. So there's some fab recipes, vanilla and coconut truffles. There's some really nice ones, vegan and lemon coconut cakes, because the vegan and the vegetarian do cross over. There's pomegranate and coconut dark chocolate. So like I said, they're on the website. I'll put a link on the bottom part of this. Coconut pudding, lots of great ones, lots of other great recipes. Once again, thank you for watching Let's Cook. I really appreciate the support, and I hope that you get a lot from it. I'll do another one from another, might do a protein one, a low carb one next week. If you have any suggestions you want me to make, being a smoothie or being a lettuce based one, a salad or meat, let me know in the comments below, and I can make a smoothie and make something else at the same time as well. It doesn't always have to be a main meal. Okay, once again, I'm Silvestro, known as the Weight Loss King, helping women lose weight for the very, very last time. I'll put a link for the recipes, and it's all about not taking anything away from you. You keep everything, we just adjust things, and we make everything into a lifestyle. Nothing else, no diets, nothing crazy. It's all about whatever works for you long term for the rest of your life. So it's exercise or you're eating, you've got to make sure that the secret to keeping weight off forever, and the way I've done it for so long, is that I've made it into a lifestyle that I love, that I can manage, and I don't deprive myself from any foods or any activities. So the whole secret is that you need to make it something in which you really, really enjoy. Because if you don't, then it's not, it's not sustainable. So it's all about, I'm all about helping women lose weight for the very last time, but make it sustainable, but make it enjoyable. Thank you. Make lots. Good for lunch, good for snacks, and I'll catch everybody tomorrow, 9 a.m. I've got the Let's Move. Once again, it's all pre-recorded and everything is kept in the unit section of the group. So you can always go there and you'll find all the cooking shows, all the move shows, and all the Let's Chat, which I spoke about. Is your environment supporting your weight loss goals? And they're all kept in units. Let me know if you have suggestions. I hope you're getting great value from these Facebook Lives, and I really enjoy having your company as well. Once again, I'm Silvestro, known as the Weight Loss King, helping women lose weight for the very last time. Bye for now.